Hi, my name is Liselotte Forsgaard. I'm here at VeeamON in New Orleans. I just had lunch with Calvin Zito, and we had a great talk about all the new things at HPE. So we, at General Session today, they talked about some new stuff. Mm-hmm. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So yeah, we've had a partnership with Veeam for a long time. HPE was actually the first vendor to integrate our array snapshot capabilities with Veeam. Veeam did a lot of that work too. And we're just continuing that kind of integration work. The three things we talked about today are, number one is there's a functionality of basically a data mover that we have that's called Recovery Manager Central. Mm-hmm. that integrates with VMware, where a VMware administrator can go into a VMware and get a VMDK and click a button and do an instant backup. Mm-hmm. That is orchestrated by RMC, takes a replication and moves it off to store once, which is a backup dedupe appliance. Mm-hmm. And now what we have is integration with Veeam Explorer, where Veeam Explorer can take that backup that's written to the store once and then do granular recovery from things like SQL, from Exchange, SharePoint, Oracle, and Microsoft Active Directory.
Okay, so a lot of new features to make it easier to do the recovery.
Easier to do the recovery, and the cool thing is with Recovery Manager Central is because it's managing a snapshot and it's a deduplication, it only sends the changes, so it can be like over 20 times faster than doing a backup, a traditional backup, because it's only moving the changes.
Yes.
And it is a snapshot.
Yep.
Recovery is a lot faster too. It's like 15 times faster because it's just the way it's been built to do it. So it's a pretty cool product.
Yeah, and very important to have like the fast restore for a lot of companies out there.
Exactly.
Talked about that with Michael White too. Mm-hmm. Yes. So
the other piece, I think we bought Nimble Storage. That acquisition just closed about 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And at this event, we announced a new product that Nimble's doing called a secondary flash array.
Yep.
Basically is taking a Nimble hybrid array, giving it better deduplication and compression to use it as a backup target, as a snapshot target. So it basically works with either Veeam, with the availability suite, where it can manage doing a snapshot and move it to the secondary target.
Yeah.
And really the use case there is for customers that want to use their data to do dev and test, maybe run analytics on it. It's not ideal as a long-term repository for backup because it's a hybrid flash array. But it's ideal for this use case where you want to take a backup and then let's go ahead and do something with that. Let's actually run so analytics on it.
Yeah, it can perform.
It can perform at a hybrid kind of a flash array level.
Okay, and that's very unique to the other vendors in the market.
I'm not aware of anybody else that's doing kind of like a flash-based secondary array. I would say it's kind of like a 1.5 tier. You get your online tier, which is 1, your pure backup and archive tier is 2, and this is maybe like a tier that fits between that.
Yeah, okay. So, and what's the third thing then?
So the third thing is something called Cloud Bank, and this is again related to Store Once. Store Once, the backup deduplication appliance that we have. And what we're doing now is we're adding a second data store to Store Once that is basically an object store. And now you can connect that object store to like AWS or Azure for a really low cost long-term archive of your backup. So instead of a lot of customers would do a second Store Once, it's a lot of money to have a second Store Once product. This is basically a low cost object storage using AWS, using Azure in the future, using if you want to use like a Scality kind of object store, we'll be able to do that too.
Okay. So you will get your, sorry, I think we have Ratmir on the phone next to us.
That is Ratmir.
Yeah, that is Ratmir.
Do you want to go tell Ratmir to be quiet? We're trying to do a video here. Hold on a second. I'm going to go tell.
Yeah, tell him
Let
to
me go
hush
tell
down.
Ratmir to be quiet.
Yeah. Cool. So, but I'm not sure what he's saying.
Is he speaking Russian?
Yeah, I think so.
That's funny. We're
Yeah.
trying to do a video and Ratmir
is here, but maybe we just like
maybe we
wave
should turn
him
the
over.
camera
Oh,
on.
he is actually going. So okay, but at general session, let's go back to what we're here for. At general session, there was a lot of talk about the strong partnership with Veeam. Also, like the partnership, like you go way back, and you're getting.
It's been a long-term partnership.
Yeah.
I think I said, again, the Store Virtual was the first array that integrated snapshots with Veeam. We then got 3-part integration, and then just recently there's the integration with the deduplication that Store once does, so that we can do source-side deduplication with Veeam through the Catalyst integration.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been a really strong partnership, and now add to that Nimble, because Nimble's really working really closely, and you take the combined efforts of HPE storage, Nimble storage, and Veeam all working together. It's been pretty cool.
A lot of cool
one
things
of my favorite
happening.
partners.
Cool things are happening all over.
Yep.
So congrats on that, and thank you for doing this interview.
Great.
Thank
Thanks.
you.